and hopefully interesting. I hope you have heard quite a lot that has inspired you, quite a lot that has enlightened you, or maybe even educated you. We have 1 hour left of TechChill Day 1, at least on this stage. And it's time to introduce the final, the 5th batch of 50 Founders Battle. As you know, this is the most interesting pitch competition, the one that we always suggest everyone come and see, because it's the one time of the year where you can see so many ideas, so many founders, so many creative companies being built in such a short time and period, whether you're an investor or just an attendee, or you want to know what's happening in startups. Listening to all of these amazing pitches is the best way to get a kind of shortcut to everything that's happening in the startup world. So yes, we are finally here and ready to introduce the final batch of all the startups that are going for so many prizes.
Yes, so many prizes. We've been talking about it all day long. Some of the prizes are 10,000 euros, no strings attached. You get it, you do with what you want. There's a 350K syndicate investment from Bad Ideas Fund and Depot Ventures. And there's another potential investment as well from Look AI Ventures, up to 250,000 euros. But that's not all. There's another 5,000 in advertisements by JC Deco, another 10,000 by Snapchat, tuition to Draper University Hero Program, Fast Track to Genesis Startup Academy, and some other prizes here and there as well. Just
so many prizes that takes so long to even read them. So that's just another testament of how competitive this is and how much you can gain by taking part. And remember, we have the jury who will be very judgy. Very judgy jury.
Very judgy.
Very judgy jury, the harsh deciders of the fate of the startups today.
Yes, with that, I would say let's meet the jury. I will introduce you and give you a sentence or two to introduce yourself and your fund. And we're going to start with Wanjiru from Join Capital. Can we get Wanjiru's mic on?
Can you hear me?
No. Okay, we will circle back to you. And let's try Petar from LAUNCHub Ventures.
So, hello everybody. My name is Petar, part of LAUNCHub Ventures. We are an early stage venture capital fund based out of Sofia, Bulgaria, investing across CEE, Central and Eastern Europe, and doing B2B SaaS, enterprise software, and deep tech. So thank you for having me here, and super interested to understand more and see all of the companies.
Nice to meet you, Petar. A round of applause for Petar. And next up we have Amanda from Atomico.
Hi everyone, thanks for having me. I'm Amanda. I'm an investment manager covering Nordics and Baltics for Atomico, one of the largest funds in Europe by now, founded by Niklas Sundström, co-founder of Skype. So yeah, we're very biased towards everything in the Baltics. So excited to be here.
Okay, I think we have some startups not from Baltics pitching, but we'll pretend we didn't hear.
That's fine. We can hear them too.
Next up, Michal from VentureFriends.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael. I'm an investor with VentureFriends. I'm based in Warsaw, but we invest all over Europe. So we have offices in Athens, Greece, London, UK, and Barcelona, Spain. Focus mainly on B2B SaaS, B2B marketplaces, and fintech. And yeah, excited to see the great companies on stage.
All right, applause. Wanjiru, let's try you again.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Super.
Amazing.
Yeah, hi everyone, Wanjiru from Join Capital, a Berlin-based fund. We focus on enterprise B2B SaaS and deep tech investments at seed and early Series A stage. We have offices in London, and I've recently opened up an office in Milan as well.
All right, a round of applause for Wanjiru. And last but not least, we have a more local Baltic VC represented, Kaspar from Specialist VC.
Hello, everybody. Glad to be here. We are a 50 million euro fund out of Tallinn, Estonia. We invest in pre-seed, seed, and Series A. And we also have a part of the mandate to invest in secondary transactions. Very happy to be here and working with Baltics and Finnish founders.
Okay, so that's our jury. I will remind you once more how it works. It's a 3-minute pitch followed by 2 minutes of Q&A, and with that, I think we are ready to start.
Yes, and the jury that you see here, they will be the ones to decide which startups are going to move forward to the finals that will happen tomorrow evening and close out TechChill. So let's not wait anymore and start with the first startup of the 5th batch of 50 Founders Battle. Please welcome Carolina from Commu App. Woo!
Moi, I'm Carolina, founder of Commu. Commu is a platform of helping, which matches people who want to help with people who need help. It is a bit like Tinder, but for doing good deeds. For our private users, Commu is free, and it solves social needs, such as finding someone to talk to or helping your neighbor's grandma with groceries. For a yearly subscription, the same community software is used by companies to engage their employees in volunteering and cities to reduce social issues in their regions, such as loneliness and integration problems. We have taken the best bits of other social medias and created the safest and easiest way to ask for help and keep help. We have found our niche and are tapping into the growing social sustainability market. And there is plenty of space there for a scalable platform solution like Commu. And our traction shows that we're on the right track. More than 60,000 people are using Commu in Finland, Norway, and Germany. They have done more than 15,000 good deeds, ranging from helping your neighbor to companies doing good deeds. We've won multiple awards internationally and recognitions, for example, from the United Nations. And in this Q1, we did more sales than the first 2 years of Commu combined. This year, the goal is to become profitable. This traction shows that timing is right, but also that this team can execute. We are young entrepreneurs with backgrounds in software, public sector, mental health, and marketing. This year, I was the only female founder from Finland to be listed on the Forbes 30 Under 30. This team is backed by investors, international and celebrity, from Finland, Sweden, Norway, and Luxembourg. And we are right now closing our 3rd funding round, and I would be very happy to talk to 1 or 2 more impact investors or family offices. We'll use half of the funding for development and half of it for growth. The goals are to become profitable this year and launch Commu in Germany and Latin Americas with the first client contracts already signed. With your help, we can solve the biggest social issues of our lifetime, one good deed at a time. Thank you.
All right, thank you. What is this sisu? Skills sisu?
Sisu is it's a Finnish word for perseverance and grit that all the entrepreneurs here know that you need.
All right, that's true. Okay, any questions from the jury? No? Wanjiru?
Thanks for your pitch. Just to clarify the business model, because that did not come out very clearly on your pitch.
Yes, very good question. So the app itself is free for private users, and we have companies who use the same community software and cities who use it. So B2B and B2G SaaS. And our customers on the company side are medium to large size businesses, and we fit into their corporate social responsibility and social sustainability strategies. And they pay us a yearly subscription to use the service to do good. And then for cities, we provide a ready package, the platform for their residents to do good things and help each other they don't need to worry about moderation or development, etc.
How do you value that good deed for the companies or for the cities?
Yes, it's based on the size. So for cities, starts at 2,500 for a year, up to about.
But how
60.
have you valued it? How do you decide that's the price? Why not 10,000?
We have an Excel sheet for that one. We have built it with the current customers, and they have told about the public procurement processes that we fit into. So that's the idea behind.
Okay, a quick one from Kaspar.
You briefly mentioned safety and moderation. Can you touch just a few sentences about it?
Yes. So in Commu, you have option to do bank verification, which makes just the safest social media there is. So I know your identity, and we know the identity. We have human and AI moderation, and very heavy one on the platform. So that is the way we provide the users with a safe experience.
Thanks.
Okay, a round of applause for Commu.
Hey, Aris, is there anything you're really afraid of? What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. I don't know. I really don't like tight spaces.
Yeah, you know what's mine? Spiders.
Okay.
Please welcome PrintyMed, an artificial spider silk. I can totally understand why you need an artificial version for that. Yekaterina, please come on stage. The stage is yours.
Hello everyone, my name is Yekaterina and I'm CEO at PrintyMed. So people are dying, and one-third of global deaths are cardiovascular deaths. And our surgeons are trying to help people by performing heart valve surgeries, and each year are performed more than 300,000 of such surgeries. But within few years, this number will increase to 500,000. Of course, this is not a new problem, and there are existing solutions, existing heart valve prostheses, but they have a high risk of thrombosis. They need to use lifelong anticoagulation therapy, big percentage of rejections, repeated surgeries every 10 years, which cause high postoperative mortality. That is why we came up with our solution, artificial heart valve from artificial spider silk. Artificial spider silk, it's unique biomaterial, which has long durability, smooth surface, it's biocompatible, and it's animal-free. In comparison with other solutions, PrintyMed artificial heart valves has long durability, does not need any repeated surgeries, does not cause the risk of thrombosis, and has very low risks of rejections. We believe that our heart valves will reduce postoperative mortality 3 times and will reduce surgery costs for more than 2 billion. And also we will improve the quality of patient lives. Our business model is to sell the license to the medtech companies. This business model will allow us to save a lot of money and time for the regulatory pathway. So the market is continuously growing because population is getting older, and we plan to obtain 1.7 billion of it. In our team, we have all the necessary competences to run this startup successfully. This is my 3rd medtech startup, and I'm for 8 years now in medtech startups. Professor Kristaps Jaunzems is the leading scientist in the Institute of Organic Synthesis, and he has developed this artificial spider silk technology for the last 10 years. We have doctor in our team, Sandra Treide, and we have excellent mentor, David Jacobi, which is cardiac surgeon from Israel, with more than 15 years of experience. We already did a lot. We developed the technology of obtaining artificial spider silk. We made the first prototypes and ex vitro tests for these prototypes with the red blood. So our next steps is to scale the technology, to improve our technology, and to make the necessary tests. And we believe that in 2028, we will be able to sold the first license. That's why we are raising 700,000 euros. Thank you, and join the revolution in heart valve replacement now.
Thank you. questions? Come on, you have one. Wanjiru.
Thanks for your pitch. I'm just curious, are you specifically targeting venture financing? Just because the life cycle of a VC is 10 years, and if you are making revenue 4 years from now, you have to think about that. What's the capital that you think is best for you?
Well, we are not only targeting the VC financing, we have also applied it for the EIC grants. So this is, let's say, a bit amount of co-financing which we need. And also here I presented today only one application, which is artificial heart valve, but we also have several other applications, for example, membranes for organ-on-a-chip solutions, which we will be able to sell after 1 year.
So
Okay.
what are the key risks that you see moving forward at this time? Is it technological risk or monetization, reimbursement? Like what are the challenges at this point?
Well, the biggest risk is in the medical trials and regulatory pathway, but that is why we want to, let's say, sell the license to medtech companies which have the huge departments for this.
One quick one? No? Yes.
How far are you from customer revenue in terms of time? You mentioned like 2025. Could you bring it forward a little bit with some pilot projects or something?
So in terms of revenue for our whole company, like Printimed, we believe that we will be generating revenue after 1 year in the membrane sector, but if we are talking about the cardiac valves, then only after 5 years the revenue could be possible.
Thanks.
Thank you. A round of applause for Printimed.
Well, at least the spiders running away from the lab is not a huge risk. Moving on, please give the stage and a round of applause to Elvira Zaltan from Afire. Woo!
So in 2019, when COVID pandemic struck us by surprise, everything changed, including how we work. And we needed to move our work environment to remote and hybrid settings. And all of a sudden, we needed to use different kinds of tools, which included Zoom, Slack, Miro. But what happens when a company has more than 100 employees and 50 SaaS to use? Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you realize you just left a company, but you still have access to their software, to their data? And how do you know who has access to what? And simply put, you can't. That's why for the majority of companies, it ends up in productivity loss, security breaches, and overspend. And in fact, if you don't have a centralized process in place, you are losing almost 30% of your annual SaaS spend. But there is a way to avoid this with Afire. With intelligent data analytics, we're providing centralized license management, simplified financial planning, and we can show exactly where you're overspending on your SaaS. But there's more. We're able to automate your employee onboarding and offboarding process, achieving nearly zero-touch automation, saving you up to 1,500 employee working hours a year. For this, we're asking for a monthly subscription based on your SaaS count, with a freemium business model for those small companies that want to start setting up these processes early on. We have direct integrations with your favorite SaaS providers, but in case we don't, we still provide the option for you to manually add your favorite local SaaS providers. All of this, together with intelligent data analysis, and you never have to spend those long hours at Excel sheets ever again, because you can leave it to us. And we talked to more than 40 companies across Europe and US, and we realized small companies are not facing this SaaS chaos, but larger enterprises, on the other hand, they already have complex and expensive systems in place, but medium-sized businesses and international teams, they don't have anyone there to help them while they're trying to scale, so that's what we're aiming for. And the numbers are in our favor, because for the past 7 years, SaaS usage has been showing us 500% growth. And with all the digital transformation trends, all software is moving to the cloud. And you're looking at a team with 3 co-founders, each having separate experience in building startups, B2B SaaS, and just getting the hands dirty when it comes to getting the first clients from ground zero. And we're already working with our first pilot customer. We're in talks with more who are ready to buy our solution, but we're looking for more. So if you're open to give us some feedback or just test our solution, we would be super happy to talk to you, so feel free to reach out to us. I'm Elvira Zoltan, a co-founder of Appfire, and thank you for your time.
I think we're ready for questions. Peter?
Yeah, thanks for the presentation. Quick one from my side. What the research showed, who's the buyer and who's the user of the tool?
In different companies, the user persona, the buyer really differs, but we have identified that it can change from company to company, but it is mainly either the CTO, it can be also a COO, but it can also sometimes be an HR manager. So these 3 parties are usually very, very connected in this, but most of the times with the company profiles that we are working, it's CTO.
Amanda?
Yes, similar question. Given you're selling into multiple people and people are quite bombarded with different, offers and solutions, how do you plan on go-to-market and cut through the noise?
Yes. Currently, there's an interesting case with our pilot customer. So this case is currently where we have this pilot customer has 25 employees and 7,000 plus freelancers across the world. And they don't have an IT team to support them. They're project-based, they're from a language translation industry, and they need to constantly onboard, offboard them, so they're super interested in this solution, right? And they don't have this IT team. So one of our strategies is actually to sell to outsourced IT team IT service providers, and they're super interested in delivering our solutions forward. Partnerships with associations, with stakeholders in different kinds of markets. We're doing that. We're just going to Kenya, going to Austria, and forming those partnerships early on. So that's one of the ways.
We can have one quick one. Michael?
In terms of competition, who do you see as the biggest, the strongest incumbent, or somebody you are inspired by in other geos?
There is, of course, competition, right? And if you're talking about the biggest player, it's in US, and it's, how is it called? It's Cloud. Better Cloud, yes, thank you so much. Better Cloud, but we're really looking more to tackle this medium-sized segment that nobody currently is really tackling specifically. Competitors are really working more with enterprise level, but with their technology stack, with their pricing models, they're a bit limiting themselves to tackle this niche specifically, so we're kind of trying to differentiate for them. So there's not specific we're trying to follow, but yes.
Okay, thank you, Appfire.
Feedback is very important. It's important from you as the audience to the startups. It's important for teams. So that's why we're excited to welcome the next startup pitching. Please welcome Serhi from Revisior, dealing with multi-channel feedback. Welcome.
Hi everyone, I'm Sergi, CEO. Yeah. Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Sergi, CEO and founder of Revisior company, SaaS tool for multi-channel feedback and customer experience management. Imagine that you can lose 1/3 of your clients in a single day. Why? Because 30% of all customers would stop doing any business with companies they loved after only one bad experience. What about next? 90% of all customers don't want to do business with company after 2 or 3 negative feedback. Why it's important now? Because customer experience market has steady annual growth rate by 50% year by year. That's why we created Revisior, comprehensive feedback and customer experience management that gives business ability to collect feedback across all communication channels in one place. But getting feedback means nothing unless you have tools to do something about it. That's why we provide friendly processing system with AI Assistant and smart analytics with recommendations what you should do for improving your service. This is €3 billion market. And just only in Europe, there are 1.5 million small and medium businesses who need our help. And we can help them. Let me give you an example. This is a real story of footwear company that were looking to provide better customer experience and promote greater customer retention. And Revisor helped them, received almost 60,000 reviews, processed more than 4,000 complaints, and in the end, Revisor decreased their customer churn rate by 20% and increased their MRR. Our business model is very simple. We have packages for small and medium businesses, and our value proposition is what allowing us to acquire market share and why our competitors fall behind, because none of them have three our competitive advantages. First of all is omnichannel. The second and very important point is friendly processing system. As a third point is smart analytics with recommendations for improving your service. We have not only signed contracts with famous brands, we also have a lot of live pilots and a lot of potential contracts under negotiations. Since our launch, we doubled our IRR, and after attracting investment, we will increase our IRR four times by the end of this year. And our team has clear ambitions and has deep experience in IT, service, marketing, and development. Currently, we are raising 500K for scaling in Europe and improving our solutions. So, you can't improve what you can't measure. Let's improve the service all over the world via Ukrainian products. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's measure how you did with some questions. Peter?
Thanks for the presentation. Can you give us some more flavor around the geo of the customers? So where the current customers that you have in the pipeline and also signed, where they are based out of?
Sorry, I didn't catch your questions.
The countries of origin of the customers.
About countries, yes. We have customers in Poland, in Ukraine, in Germany, and 2 customers in Portugal. And our ideal customer profile is small and medium business. But also, of course, we have enterprises, but we focus it, and our lead game process focus it on small and medium.
Thank you.
Amanda?
Yeah?
What's the long-term product vision? Do you also want to start replacing some of the other tools, like the chatbots, etc., or what do you want to become?
What's
product vision?
Product missions is very simple. If you want to scale any business, you should think about service at first, because without service, you can't improve anything. And our mission is improve the service all over the world and give small and medium businesses clear tool for improving this service, for measuring, for improving, and hear their customers. We help companies to hear customers and customers to be heard.
Wanjiru?
Just what is your customer acquisition strategy?
Great questions. Our customer acquisition strategy has 3 parts. First of all is cooperations with vendor. Currently we have negotiations with Shopper in Poland and speak with Shopify. So our model can be implemented in marketplace, in any other sites, and we have freemium version of Cabinet, so then we can. And the second part of our strategy is, of course, advertise, Google, LinkedIn, lead gen process, and cooperations with potential partners in customer experience battlefield.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. This was Revisor.
Thank you.
Well, I must admit that next slide looks really tasty to me. Please welcome Mario from Munchi, a very suitable name for an amazing story.
Hello everyone, my name is Mario and I am the CEO and co-founder of Munchi. We make online growth easier for restaurants. This is what running a restaurant looks like in 2024. To be honest, it's starting to look like a spaceship, right? Juggling between countless apps while making sure that your food stays top-notch. Like I would say, the recipe for chaos. Meet Ryan, and the top 3 problems that he's facing as a restaurant owner. Online is expensive. He's paying very high commissions to delivery apps. He's working so much on operations that he really does not have time to get customers. And he's working with too many platforms, and he's not able to make sense of all the data. 70% of independent restaurants fail between the first 3 years, and Ryan's restaurant is in high danger of being one of them. But with Munchie, everything changes and becomes easier and simpler in 3 ways. Restaurants can increase sales and profits by up to 40% with a commission-free online store and AI-optimized pricing. They can connect their delivery apps, their analytics, and their menus to save more time and get less stress all in one app. And for the first time ever, they can get customers on autopilot with AI-powered advertising and promotions. We have a subscription-based model, which are between 49 and 249 euros per month, and for online ordering, we charge 3.5% order processing fee. We have been growing quickly. Ever since we launched in the beginning of the year, we have partnered with 50 restaurants. We are operating in Finland and in Estonia. We are generating 5,000 on a monthly recurring revenue, and we have generated 100,000 in additional revenue for our restaurant partners so far. We have direct integrations and partnerships with Wolt, Foodora, Google, and Meta. Needless to say that the market is huge. We're currently focusing on a 7 billion market that has 50,000 restaurants in it. The market also being huge means that there's a lot of players, but it's also very fragmented. Most of them focusing on one solution like POS systems, delivery, QR code ordering, table booking, you name it. What Munchie does is essentially put this all together and make it better with our own features. We are a founding team of 2. We have 20+ years of combined experience running restaurants and tech companies. Me, myself, I am a second-time startup founder with strong background in tech and product. Latte is a restaurant industry expert and has vast experience in restaurant digitalization and company finances. We are looking for 250,000 to accelerate growth and reach 500 more restaurants by the end of the year. We have previously raised 200,000 from 10 investors, and we have already committed 100,000 on this current round. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Munchie. Kaspar.
How much there are localized requirements, or how much you need to customize for specific local markets?
How many customers I need for this to make sense?
Yes.
Right. Well, since we're charging 49 euros per month, we need quite many customers. The goal is to have 500 restaurants by the end of the year. Then we would break even. But essentially, if we have 10,000 to 20,000 in the next 2-3 years, then we will be doing quite well.
Quick follow-up. Actually, I meant also, do you need to do something to your product to go to another market? Do you need to customize your product for, let's say, Norwegian market, if you want to go there?
That's correct. We need to look at the platforms that are available in that market and do the integration.
Thanks.
Peter?
Can you explain to us how the product works in terms of increasing the revenue of your customers? What's the mechanic?
So how Munchie increases the revenue for restaurants?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are 2 ways. One is that they have, for the first time ever, like they can set up their own commission-free online store with delivery, and they can sell without commissions from their own channels. That on its own already brings quite a lot of sales. But also with our AI-powered advertising tools, they can literally just click one button and they will do advertising, and should that get more customers. So those are the 2 ways how.
Michael?
How do you acquire the customers? Like, what are the key channels, and which ones do you envision to be driving growth in the future?
Did I get it right? How do we acquire customers?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, at the moment, in a very non-scalable way, I would say, so going door by door and calling is the one that works the best. But at some point, we're looking to partner up with web development agencies and have referral programs to scale faster.
Thank you. Sorry, no more follow-up questions. Give it up for Munchie.
Thank you.
I know we have a lot of experienced investors in the room. In the past year, there are, VC investing is not the only way on how you can invest and make money. Like Bitcoin has been growing, gold I think is pretty stable. Nvidia stocks also. One of the actually most valuable things I bought last year, they have grown in price, I think at least 4 or 5 times, are Taylor Swift tickets. I have a feeling the next startup is going to tell us a little bit more about this. Please welcome Thomas from PickVibe, telling us how to do some secondary market sales for tickets.
Hi everyone, so my name is Thomas, I'm the co-founder of PickVibe. So PickVibe is a leading events marketplace. We seek to build the secondary market for the ticket sales. So imagine you bought a ticket for even the Taylor Swift, but you decide that you cannot go to the event. So on PickVibe you would be able to sell the ticket to others who would be interested to do this. So we see that there are 2 main problems in the market. One is that ticketing systems only cover 30% of events in the market. Another 70% are being lost. So, and there is no secondary market where you can do the transactions actually for ticket sales. So we are #1 solution in Lithuanian market. We cover more than 90% of festivals, movies, concerts, and other type of events. We have more than 4,000 active events. We have more than 10,000 active professionals like singers, musicians, and other type of persons. So the user can see the interactions and all the connections to the events, his biography, their biographies, and many other things. We have more than 1,000 active organizations which want to provide and show information. So we saw the exponential growth. We grew a platform 126 times during the last year. We have combined more than 50 years experience in building companies, exiting the companies, working with the biggest brands and building the marketplaces. So far we have around 20,000 monthly recurring revenue, more than 10 million content views on the platform, and more than 10,000 active professionals. We earn money from 2 main sources, is like banner sales on the platform and commissions from sales of the tickets. So of course we compete with big brands, but the main thing is that most of those brands, they only support the organizations that are basically selling the tickets only on their platforms. And as we are aggregating all the players in one place, we seek to reach a high standard of at least 90% of events happening on our platform. So we invested around 700,000 of our own money because we believe in this one solution and we are sure we can expand and scale it to other markets. We are looking for 1.5 million investment to enter 2 new markets, reach profitability, and have at least 1 million users on the platform. Of course, there are like 2 main opportunities for exit. It's like IPO or acquisition by a big player in the market, like Eventbrite, Meetup, or others. So thank you for your attention. Happy to answer the questions.
Thank you, PickVibe. Do we have any questions, Amanda?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Given you aggregate and the events are already listed somewhere else, can you still make money, like have a take rate on those, even though the original?
Yeah, as we connect through APIs, XMLs, or other type of like connections with ticketing systems, so we can receive like advertisements like fees or commissions. Depends actually on the ticketing system, because in each local country there are like different rules. So yeah, we can, but like most of the revenue are coming from the ticket sales, and later the secondary market where transactions are being received by from the users.
Okay, Kaspar?
Do you also work with the organizers or expect to be endorsed by the organizers?
Yeah, we work with organizers. At this point, we are like the main revenue stream. We are providing the main revenue streams on the platform. So yeah, we do. And also what I need to emphasize that in our case, the most important is to reach high quality of content and a huge amount of content. So that's two main things why the users repeatedly come to us.
Thanks.
Thank you, Wanjiru.
Yeah, just really quickly trying to understand the MRR. If these are one-time sales or the banner ads are on a recurring...
Yeah, we have like a model for revenue. If it is like advertisements, so festivals, concert providers, we can choose from different type of advertisements. Like we can have banners, we can have newsletters. So it costs from 100 to 500 plus per impressions. And another one is like transactions fees from organizations, so 5 to 10% depending on the size of the event.
Thank you. A round of applause for PickWibe.
3 more startups pitching today. Could any one of them be the one to join the finals tomorrow? Let's see. Please welcome Martin from FleetFox. Woo!
Hello, my name is Martin. I'm the CEO of FleetFox. So we use technology to help car-sharing companies finally become profitable. We do that by covering all the hands-on operations required to keep their fleets 100% rental ready without breaking their budgets. You see, there's about 400 million cars in Europe. Car sharing can break this down by up to 20 times. But here's the but. It's a booming 13 billion euro industry that has doubled its size in the last 4 years, but it's still struggling to break a profit. Reason for that is car sharing is an incredibly cost-intensive business. Besides leasing costs, repairs, fuel, parking, etc., each car requires approximately 25 hands-on services every week. So having thousands of cars spread all over the cities, the cost goes into millions. Today, they're stuck with 2 options, either outsource to a wide network of small, unreliable service partners, or build an expensive in-house team. Neither of them offer the flexibility which this industry is desperately craving for. Introducing FleetFox. We take all these fleet services and merge them into one full-stack solution, slashing down their cost and increasing the revenue potential from each car. We are the only scalable partner to fit their fluctuating business model. We've built a software that automates majority of the back-office operations, minimizes the need for management staff, and optimizes the day-to-day logistics between orders. By combining our technology with gig workers and a lean infrastructure setup, we maintain a 40% gross margin while keeping our prices extremely competitive. First year in, after pivoting, we raised 300K and turned this into 1 million in sales. We're active in 9 cities actually as of today, and we landed Europe's largest car-sharing player, turning most of the cities profitable in 3 months. We've cracked the code of expansion, so following the international car-share players, we launched new markets very fast and cost efficiently. Then with the market presence, we add other players on the market as well, followed by other segments. Our core team is deeply rooted into the mobility industry, being part of quite a few of its unicorns as well. We're backed by 2 VCs and 2 angel syndicates, and we're about to close our bridge round very soon, followed by Series A, which will be used to fuel our expansion. My name is Martin. I want to thank you for listening, and I'm inviting you to make shared mobility work. Thanks.
No, sorry. No.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, just to understand from gross margin perspective, like what are your operational costs now in terms of like every euro of revenue, like how much of this you have to spend on human operations and so on?
Yeah, very good question. So simply put, every euro we charge from the client, 40 cents goes to the foxes, as we call them. 10% goes on infrastructure, and 10% goes on supplies, gear, and insurance as well. We keep 40 from that.
Kaspar?
So your customers will be pretty powerful and big. customer concentration. What gives you the confidence that they don't take your lunch away in the future?
Very good. So one of the confidence anchors is obviously, as long as we're saving them money, they need us, right? But yes, today we're working with 5 brands, but each brand on specific market acts as an independent business unit, so they make their own business decisions. So for example, if I lose Miles in Berlin, I'm not losing them in Hamburg, Munich, etc. So this is one way around, but also we are today already diversifying the customer segments. So for example, in Baltics, where we have majority of the market share already, we are diversifying by adding other fleet clients to the whole pot. This can be any company from transportation, logistics, telecoms, security, etc.
Okay.
Hey.
Amanda, maybe?
Sure. A little bit following up on that. So you're at 1 million already, which is great. But you already have some of the biggest kind of customers in Europe. So where will the growth come from mainly?
So with Miles, they're operating in 20 cities. Today we're servicing them in 4. We launched Hamburg yesterday. So we have more room to grow with Miles as well. Plus all the companies in car sharing, they are growing their business by design as well. But there's about 300 car sharing companies in Europe which we could tackle. Honestly, majority of them are small, local-based, but there's more bigger players as well, like ShareNow, etc.
Okay, thank you. This was FleetFox.
Thank you.
Speaking about tackling big problems, our next story will be about tackling one of the most interesting and challenging challenges as well. Please welcome Natalie from Sola on mental health and well-being.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me here. My name is Natalie. I'm basically from Belarus. I moved to Cyprus 2.5 years ago. And for more than 17 years, I've been doing projects in maternity well-being and care and in female health. I'm a coach myself and a doula myself. I have 2 kids. I'm 38. And I'm a solo mom. So the product that we are making is actually a big thing about female well-being. Here's the questions that we have raised, and I have found out while I was working with female for many, many years that women are much more likely to face depression than men. They are burned out about combining their workforce with maternity thing and everything. They are much more likely to suffer from stress and so on. There are a lot of things about that around stigma, about affordability of help, about insurance issues, about lack of specialists, and an ability to get the help immediately as soon as you need it. So all these things, they bring to anxiety, burnout, and depression. That's actually what we are working with. Maternity is one of the most challenging periods of female journey, because 49% of women are usually burned out while combining workforce and their maternity journey. That's why we have started as a small startup from a female thing. The solution that we are trying to make, and we have already launched it, is a virtual assistant for moms and females, which is 24/7, together with a woman, and we're actually trying to democratize access to professional help over here. We are really strongly backed up with a scientific side and neuroscience behind us. So basically we're combining neuroscience and AI together and trying to make empathetic AI, which is really, really very interesting. We're backed up by Katerina Lingold and Neurointegration Institute in San Francisco in California. Sola is much more than a chatbot. It's a proactive assistant. It's someone who is actively asks you how are you, makes you offers to do some check-ins, following you up, and so on. She is super personalized, so she tracks the whole journeys. She knows much more about you than you even think about that. And the more you communicate with her, the more she knows about you. She gives you the content straight ahead in the chat, so the woman doesn't have to go and Google. She's already inside of that side. And everything, all the information we get from her, we put into Wellbeing Tracker. And from Wellbeing Tracker, after the AI procedure, it comes back to the chat. So we have this continuous journey within the app. B2C is the subscription model that we have studied, but we see a great potential in B2B and in social benefits programs that we will start to work with the companies. We have just come to the Berkeley Skydeck Accelerator, and they're pushing us to B2B a lot. The market is pretty huge, and I have a really strong team inside. I have a CTO who is twice ex-founder, and he's one of the top AI engineers in Google. That's basically it. I think that I have no more time, right? We also have, I will just take a couple of seconds. We have Natalia Vadianova on board as our investor. She's a Goodwill Ambassador of United Nations Population Fund, and we are actually planning to work with her on a big PR and marketing campaign for destigmatizing female mental health in general. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Questions to Sola? Wanjiru?
Thanks for the pitch. Just quickly on the B2C subscription, where are you exactly in terms of?
We have just started with a B2C subscription at the end of September, and we have nice traction over there. I will show you a couple of slides up there as well. We have around 20% of conversion rate to trials, and from trials to subscription about 17 to 19%, depending on the campaign that we have run. We have currently got a guy from Wallmaking. He's a co-founder of Wallmaking company. For 15 years, they have been doing the mobile apps, and they have grown them from 0 to 1 million in half a year. And that's where we actually focusing on right now. And I think that the MRR is something that we have just started to be focused on a couple of months before. We've been working on technological side to make it really factual, safe, and emphatic.
Thank you.
Peter?
Where do you consider the long-term defensibility would come from?
Once again, the long-term?
Long-term defensibility,
yeah,
where it comes from?
The traction side, okay. So the LTV is something that we have been working on, and there's a good example of Flow Health, for example, where you have a tracker inside, right? So the fertility tracker is something that we're gonna put inside as well. And the other thing is that a person, like especially mom, when she gets the feeling that you have already solved her problem, especially in the most vulnerable thing like pregnancy and the postpartum period, she's going to be yours forever. Like the things that you can, like you talk to your assistant, and the more you talk to him, the more he knows about you. So, for example, in some kind of time, the assistant will proactively tell you, you already have a child of 3 months, don't forget to buy this and this and this, for example, or how you're feeling today. Yesterday you had a fight at work. What's that? So emphasis is something that we are going to be really focused on.
Okay, thank you, Sola.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And the time is near. We have come to the very, very last startup pitch of the day.
Sorry, I don't think we can hear. So the time is here. We have come to the very, very last startup pitch. And the last startup pitching is working on a data science platform. So let's welcome FiveBrain.
Hello everyone. I am presenting FiveBrain. FiveBrain is a data science platform for medtech companies. $17 billion. That is the annual measurable medical error cost alone in the US. Our population is aging, demanding more diagnosis, surgery, adaptation of digital twins. However, shortage of specialists creates month-long wait times. AI promises the answer, but 85% of healthcare AI projects fail. The main challenges for the medtech companies are insufficient amount of data, lack of insight generation, and misalignment of expectations and allocated budgets. At FiveBrain, we offer medtech companies to train AI models, keeping the data on the hospital sites. And we have several healthcare partners here. Also, while training with FiveBrain, we generate more images for 8% higher accuracy. In addition, we provide extensive analytical tools that can reduce dataset size, and this translates to 40% of the budget reduction. In addition, we also provide analytical tools that can predict AI model performance for the dataset, and also based on that predict the budget. We have, starting from the early beginning, we have early adopters from large enterprises, and several are in the pipeline. So, and also we are partnering with some healthcare entities and research teams. Our market is estimated to 7 billion with 47% annual growth rate. Of course, we are not alone in this market, but only Firebrain has data-optimized algorithms that can reduce the development cost and also can predict the budget. Firebrain is offered as SaaS per volume-based subscription. And leveraging our expertise in science by publishing our articles and sponsoring healthcare events, we will build trust and ignite collaboration with leading companies in Italy, Portugal, and US. The team behind us couldn't better. I'm a CEO at Firebrain, former CTO at a global company with scientific and technical background. Tigran is a Chief Product Officer at Firebrain, has a PhD in quantum physics and presidential prize. This is his second company that he has founded with Rafael, who is a CTO at Firebrain, and has 10+ year experience in R&D and built large-scale products. Aram is a Chief Scientific Officer at Firebrain, has PhD in high-energy physics and 100+ publications, and 10+ year experience in data science. We are backed up with amazing advisors, and we have amazing team, motivated team. Now we are raising 500K to achieve 500K ARR within a year. Thank you. Join us to build boundless healthcare reality.
Thank you. Last chance today for questions. We're going to start with Michal.
Hi, thank you for the pitch. How long are the sales cycle in your case from like initial touch point to pilot and then to paid, hopefully?
Yeah, that is a pain point. Since mostly our target customers are enterprises, this takes around 6 months.
Peter.
Sorry, I didn't understand. What's the traction?
We have engagement with 2 enterprises and 1 academic hospital is in the pipeline, and also another radiological center is interested in Firebrain.
But those are pilots or already working?
Those are pilots.
Okay, thank you.
Kaspar?
Help us understand how capital intensive this is, how much funding you need to get to revenue, how much has been put already in, and the grants, how the grants are also in this business.
Yeah, thank you. Basically, so far we have raised from Skydeck Berkeley Acceleration Program. It was 145,000 and additionally 300 from grants. Now we have extra grants from, again, for the business development. In the context how much we need, so this 500K will give us 2 years runway. But we expect to close the first client after we adopt the GDPR compliant and within 3 months.
Thank you.
Okay. A quick one? No? No. Okay, then thank you to Firebrain.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna.
This concludes this batch of the pitches, and this actually concludes also the whole day of pitches. So another round of applause. Master all your energy you can have for everyone who stepped on the stage and pitched today. Let's try again, and this time we'll thank you also all the jury members, including Wanjiru, Kaspar, Michal, Amanda, and Peter.